Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. In the Arabic language, we have what we call Al-Asmaء الخمسة, the five nouns. And if you recall, in the previous episode link placed above, we had discussed the five verbs. And that discussion was an extensive one where I told you that these five verbs يذهبان تذهبان يذهبون تذهبون تذهبين, and all of the present verbs which fall under this pattern, they are called the five verbs because they have specific rules guiding them. Today we also want to discuss the five nouns. These nouns are called so because they are specific grammar rules guiding them that do not guide the other nouns. These nouns are abun, the word abun, the word akhun, the word hamun, the word fu, and the word zu. Abun, we know it means father. Then we also know that akhun means brother, hamun means father-in-law. Then we know that fu means mouth, and also zu means owner of or possessor. Now, why are these words called the five nouns? This is because unlike the other nouns that we know, like the word aliyun, the word muhammadun, these are also nouns. The word kitabun, this is also a noun. These nouns, in terms of their declension, in terms of their word ending, we know that they simply end with dhamma, because dhamma or even fatha or even kisra. Because when I say Ja'a Aliyun, you can see, if I say Ra'aytu Aliyan with Fatha, if I say Salamtu ala Aliyin with Kisra. But the word Abun, Ahun, Hamun, Fu, and Zu, they are not known to end with Dhamma. And these are the only five words that have this rule. Now, how do they end? Let me give an example with a sentence so you can understand what we are discussing better. Consider this sentence, Ja'a Abuka. It means your father came. What if I say Ra'aytu Abaka? I saw your father. What if I say Salamtu ala Abika? I greeted your father. Now, how do these words end? And this is specific to when we are talking about possession. Because here, the word abuka means your father. This is coming as mudafun or mudafun ilayhi. Because the word abun is being possessed by the car that is there. So this is coming as mudafun ilayhi. Your father, meaning your own father. So, ja'a abuka. So you can see here, the word abuka, it is coming as in the nominative case because it is the subject of the sentence, and that is why you can see were there. Abuka. In the second sentence, where it is coming as the maf'ul bihi, the object of the sentence, ra'aytu abaka, what represented the fatha is what the alif, abaka. Because I would have said ra'aytu muhammadan or ra'aytu aliyan. But here we are having Ra'aytu Abaka. So instead of Fatha that usually seen at the end of an object of a sentence, Alif is representing it. Ra'aytu Abaka. Now if the word Abu is now appearing after a harfu jarrin, a preposition, then what happens? It becomes Salamtu ala Abika. This is why the other four words plus these ones are called the Asma'ul Khamsa, the five nouns, because this is how their i'rab goes. The same thing with what? Ahu. I will also say Ja'a Ahuka, Ra'aytu Akhaka, and Salamtu ala Akhika, Hadha Fuka. Can you see? So all of these words, they appear in the nominative case with the wa as a sign of raf'u. In the accusative case, in the nasbu case, they appear with alif as a sign of nasb. And in the genitive case, they appear with ya as a sign of what? Of jar. And this is what we want to discuss in details today from our book An-Nahwu al-Wadih. So let's stay tuned. Here we have Al-Asmaء al-Khamsa wa i'rabuha. the 5 nouns and their i'rab, their declension, how they end. We have al-amthila examples. The first example says, Ja'a Abu Sa'id. Ja'a Abu Sa'id. Sa'id's father came. Number 2, we have Abu Katabibun. Your father is a doctor. Mahirun is an expert doctor, a professional doctor. Number 3, we have Kana Abuka Rajulan Haziman. Your father was a very dedicated man. Number 4, we have La'alla al-Qadima Abu Muhammadin. Perhaps the person coming is Muhammad's father. Now the second section says, Wadda'ana Aba Sa'idin. We bid farewell to Sa'id's father. Number 2, you have Yujillun Nasu Abaka. People are honoring your father. Number 3, we have La'alla Abaka Tabibun Mahirun. Perhaps your father is a professional doctor. Number 4, we have Inna Aba Muhammadin Rajulun Sharifun. Indeed, Muhammad's father is a famous man. The last section now, we have Radina and Abi Sa'id. We are pleased with Sa'id's father. Now we have Yafiqun Nasu bi Abika. People trust your father. Number 3, we have Radiyan Nasu, and number 3, we have Radiyan Nasu and Abika. People are pleased with your father. And lastly, Yashkurun Nasu li Abi Muhammadin. People are appreciating Muhammad's father. Now, if we look at these 3 sections where we have gotten 4 examples each under each section, you see that in the first section, the word Abu is used in a nominative case. That is why it is carrying Dhamma, because it appears as a subject of the sentence. While in the second section, Aba is used because it is coming in the Mansub case object, while in the last, it is coming in the Jar case. Now, let's explain this in details. Al-Bahthu, research and detailed explanation. Kalimatu Abin, he said the word Abun that you know. في جميع الأمثلة المتقدمة اسم. In all of the examples that you can see, it is coming as a noun. وهي مضافة في كل مثال, and it is attached, it is serving as the possessed in all of the examples إلى كلمة أخرى, and it is attached to another word. غير الياء التي تدل على المتكلم, except the ya of mutakallim, the ya of the speaker. Whatever the word Abu is attached to the ya of the speaker. وإذا تأملتها في جميع تراكيب الاسم قسم الأول وجدتها مرفوعة. If you are to check the first section and see how the formation goes, you will see that in each of the 4 examples in the first section, the word Abu appeared as the subject of the sentence as what? Marfu in the nominative case. لأنها في التركيب الأول فاعل, because in the first section it appears as what? Subject of the sentence. وفي الثاني مبتدا, and the second example it appears as مبتدا. وفي الثالث, in the third example, اسم كان, it appears as the noun of كان. وفي الرابع خبر لعل, and in the fourth example it appears as what? The خبر of لعل. وإذا تأملتها في القسم الثاني, if you study it very well in the second section, وجدتها منصوبة في جميع تراكيبه, you will find it that it is appearing as mansub in the accusative case in all of the sentence formation. لأنها مفعول به في تركيبين الأولين, because in the first 2 examples in the second section it appears as what? مفعول به, object of the sentence. واسم لعل وإن في التركيبين الأخيرين. As for the second 2 examples in the second section, you find out that they are coming as either ismu inna or ismu la'alla or ismu inna. وإذا تأملتها في القسم الثالث, if you are to study the word abun in the third section also, وجدتها مجرورة, and you find that it is genitive في جميع التراكيب in all of the sentences. لأنها مسبوقة بحرف من حروف الجر في كل مثال, because in all of the examples the word abun is coming after a حرف جر. فما هي إذن علامات الرفع والنصب والجر فيها. Then now what can we conclude is the sign of jar, sign of رفع, sign of نصب, and sign of jar. إذا تأملنا الكلمة أب, if we are to study the word أب في أمثلة القسم الأول حيث هي مرفوعة, in the first section examples where it is coming in nominative case, وجدنا الواو تلازمها في جميع التراكيب, you find out that it is always appearing with wa in all of the sentences. وإذا تأملناها في أمثلة القسم الثاني, and if we are to study it in the second section examples حيث هي منصوبة, where it is appearing in the accusative case, وجدنا الألف تلازمها أيضا في جميع التراكيب, we will also find out that alif is attached to it in all of the sentences. وإذا تأملناها في أمثلة القسم الثالث, while if you go to the third section and you study it very well, حيث هي مجرورة, where it is coming in the genitive case, وجدنا الياء تلازمها أيضا في جميع التراكيب, you find out that ya is attached to the word abun in all of the sentences. وإذا لابد أن تكون الواو هي علامة رفعها. With this, it is must that wa is a sign of its nominativeness. والألف هي علامة نصبها, and the alif is a sign that shows that this word is an accusative word. والياء هي علامة جرها, and ya is a sign that it shows when it is in a genitive case. هذا وهناك أربعة أسماء أخرى. This particular word abun, and there are other 4 words. حكمها حكم هذه الكلمة في إعرابها. The rule guiding these other 4 words are the same rule guiding the word wa in terms of its إعراب. بالواو والألف والياء رفعا ونصبا وجرا, because it shows wa, alif, and ya in the nominative, accusative, and genitive. وهي, and these words are ahun, hamun, fu, and zu. بشرط أن يكون كل منها مضافا لغير الياء المتكلم. The only condition that you need to observe when doing this is to observe that these words are not attached to ya ul mutakallim, the ya of the speaker. It is not as if you are saying abi, my father, or you are saying ahi, my brother, or you are saying what hami. No, as long as it is not this, if it is attached to any other word, then it must observe this rule. Then fatakul, you will say hada akhuka, this is your brother. Wara'aytu akhaka, I saw your brother. Waraditu an akhika, and I'm pleased with your brother. وهكذا, and this way. وتسمى هذه بالأسماء الخمسة, and these nouns, they are called the 5 nouns. Here we have al-qawaid, the rules. The first rule says that al-asma'ul khamsa, the 5 nouns are abun, akhun, wahamun, wafu, wadhu. And the second rule says that al-asma'ul khamsa turfa'u bil wawi wa tunsabu bil alifi wa tujarru bil ya. That these 5 nouns, they are made to be in the raf'u case, nominative case with wa, in the nasbu case, accusative case with alif, and in the jar case, genitive case with what? Yeah. ويشترط في إعرابها هذا لإعراب أن تكون مضافة لغير ياء المتكلم. And it is conditioned that this i'rab will work with it only if they are not attached to the ya of the speaker, as we have explained. Here we have tamrinat exercises. We are going to brush through this exercise to better understand them. Tamrin al-awwal, exercise number 1 says أين في الجمل الآتية ما تراه من الأسماء الخمسة. You are to indicate from the following sentences any word that you see to be among the 5 nouns. Marfu', and either it is appearing in the rafu case, nominative case, mansuban, or in the accusative case, or majruran, or in the genitive case. وبين السبب وعلامة الإعراب في كل, and explain the reason why it is appearing so and the sign of i'rab in each of them. The first one we have dhul mali mahsudun, the possessor of wealth is envied. So the word dhu is what? Nam ismun min asma'il khamsa, one of the nouns of the 5 nouns, and the sign is what? Wa. Wa i'rabuha marfu', it is in the nominative case. Wa alamat raf'iha al-wa, and the wa is a sign. Number 2 we have la tada' usbu'aka fi fika. Don't place your hand, don't put your hand in your mouth. So the word here, fika, fika. The fika here, the feed here is what? Ism is one of the nouns, the 5 nouns. وَعِرَابُهَا مَجْرُورٌ. It is coming in the jar case. وَعَلَامَةُ جَرِّهَا الْيَاء. Number 5 we have أَذِّنْ حَمَا أَخِيكَ كَمَا تُعَظِّمْ أَبَاكَ. You honor your brother-in-law just the way you honor your father. So you can see here, the word akhika here is coming as what? Ismun min asma'il khamsa. And the sign is here because what? It is coming as what? Mudafun ilayhi. The rest of them will follow the same pattern. You can solve them. Tamrinu Thani, exercise number 2, we have number 1. He said, Iti bi thalathi jumalin fi kullin minha ismun marfu' min al-asma'il khamsa. You are to form 3 sentences. Each of them should have a nominal noun, a noun with nominative case coming from the 5 nouns. I can say Hadara Abu Muhammadin. Muhammad's father attended. You can see Abu in nominative case. You can solve the remaining 2. Number 2 we have Iti bi thalathi jumalin fi kulli minha ismun mansub min al-asma'il khamsa. You are also to bring 3 sentences. Each of them should have one of the 5 nouns and it should be in the accusative case. I can say Ra'aytu akha Muhammadin. I saw Muhammad's brother Akha. Number 3 we have Iti bi thalathi jumalin fi kullin minha ismun majrurun min al-asma'il khamsa. You are to bring 3 sentences. Each of them should have a noun in the genitive case from among the 5 nouns. I can say Raditu an Akhi Aliyin. I'm pleased with Ali's brother Akhi and Ahi. MashaAllah. Tamrin al-Thalis. Exercise number 3 says, number one of it says, ضع كل اسم من الأسماء الخمسة في جملتين بحيث يكون في إحداهما فاعلا وفي الأخرى مفعولا به. All of the 5 nouns that we have mentioned, use all of them in a sentence, in 2 sentences, in a way that sometimes it will appear as subject of the sentence and in another sentence to appear as the object. I'm going to use one and you can go and use the remaining 4. The one I'm going to use the word hamu. I can say, since we are to use it in a complete sentence and it should be a verbal sentence, I can say Ja'a hamuka. Your in-law came, and I can say Ra'aytu hamaka. I saw your in-law. Number 2 we have, you can solve the remaining. Number 2 we have ضع كل اسم من الأسماء الآتية من الأسماء الخمسة. The 5 nouns, you have to place them in complete sentences, in 2 sentences, in a way بحيث يكون في إحداهما مبتدأ, in a way that in the first sentence it will be mubtada and in the second it will be khabar. In the first sentence I can say Akhu Muhammadin Talibun. Muhammad's brother is a student. This is the mubtada. It's coming as mubtada here. Second, I can say At-Talibu Akhuka. The student is your brother. Here it's coming as khabar. Number 3 we have ضع كل اسم من الأسماء الخمسة في جملتين. All of the 5 nouns, use each of them in 2 sentences بحيث يكون في إحداهما اسما لإن, so that in the first sentence each of them will be the noun of inna وفي الأخرى اسما لأصبح, and second will be noun of asbaha. I'm going to use one and to solve the rest. Let's use the word Abba. I can say inna abaka muallimu. Your father is indeed a teacher. Second, I can say asbaha Abu Muhammadin maridun. Muhammad's father became sick. Number 4 we have ضع كل اسم من الأسماء الخمسة في جملتين. All of the 5 nouns you also use them to form 2 sentences each بحيث يكون إحداهما مجرورا بحرف جر, so that each of them should be in the first sentence as majrur, coming after a harf jar, وفي الأخرى مجرور بالإضافة, and the other one you'll be serving as what مضاف إليه. In the first sentence I can say marartu bi abika. I pass by your father. Can you see? And second, I can majrur bil idafa. Okay, second, I can say hadha kitabu abi Muhammad. This is Muhammad's father's book. MashaAllah. Now you can solve the remaining. Tamrinun fil i'rab. We have exercises on grammatical analysis. We have namudhaj sample. The sample says hadara akhu aliyin. Ali's brother attended. Hadara, we know is fi'l madi on the fatha. Then akhu is fa'ilun مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو لأنه من أسماء الخمسة. Can see. وهو مضاف وعلي مضاف إليه مجرور. ما شاء الله. Then number 2 we have أصبح محمد ذا يسار. Muhammad became wealthy. So أصبح is فعل ماضي ناقص. Then we have محمد. Okay, أصبح is فعل ماضي أو ناقص ما شاء الله. Then محمد is فاعل مرفوع. Then the, can you see the here? Okay, Muhammadun is what? It's not ismun, it's ismu asbaha. MashaAllah. Then the is what? Khabaru asbaha mansub wa alamat nasbihi al-alif lianna min asma'il khamsa wa huwa mudafu wa yasari mudafu ilayhi majrur. MashaAllah. Now we have Arib al-Jumal al-Atiyah. You are to analyze the following sentences. The first one says Abu Faridin rajulun fadilun. So we can simply say Abu here is mubtada marfu wa alamat raf'ihi al-wa li'annahu min al-asma'i al-khamsa wa huwa mudafun. Then Farid here is mudafun ilayhi majrur bil kasra. Then rajulun is khabarun marfu'un bid damma. Then fadilun is na'tun marfu' bid damma. Number 2 we have later akha salihin muqbil. You can solve this. And lastly you have yuhibbun nasa kulla dhi muru'atin. So you will later here, let me just sum it for you. Later here, you have it as what as harf ta'ajji. Then we have taraji, sorry. Then we have later. Then we have akha ismu later. Then mansub wa nasbi al alif. Then salihin is mudafun ilayhi. Then muqbilun is khabaru later. Lastly, yuhibbu an-nasa kulla dhi muru'atin. Yuhibbu فعل مضارع مرفوع الناس مفعول به منصوب. Okay, الناس فاعل مرفوع. Then كل مفعول به منصوب ومضاف. Then ذي is what مضاف إليه مجرور بجره الياء من الأسماء الخمسة وهي مضاف مروءة مضاف إليه مجرور. With this we come to the end of this lesson. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the understanding until we meet again. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.